Welcome back to my channel. I am P.H.A.J. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made that super cute patchwork denim jacket. In today's video, you're going to need a ruler, tape measure, your seam ripper, fabric scissors, your marker, pen, whatever you have, some pins, and of course a sewing machine, and about 5 to 7 pairs of jeans. It's all up to you, the type of jeans you want, the colors, and how big or small your jacket will be. So to start off, we're going to be using some wrapping paper to make the pattern of the jacket. So as you see here, I'm just tracing the jacket to make our front piece of the jacket, and then I'm going to also do the same for the back of the jacket to make our back piece. So for the jacket, you're going to need 2 front pieces, 2 back pieces, of course, and that is what I am tracing out right now. So I'm making sure the front and the back piece are as identical as can be in size. So you see me going back over with my ruler to make sure that the front piece matches the back piece. And then we're just gonna cut that right out. Moving on, I'm now going to do the collar of the jacket. I'm basically going to do all parts of the jacket if you can't already tell. So I'm doing the collar, and then I'm going to start working on the sleeve. And at first when I was going to do this, I was going to do like identical patches, but then I was like, I feel like my creativity can really like flourish and just make it very different if I just cut how I want and not the identical patches all the way through. So yeah, now I'm doing the sleeve, and we're gonna cut all these pieces out, and we're gonna get straight to work, straight to the creativity, straight to the fun, straight to the sewing, straight to it all. Okay, I'm gonna start talking because I'm just talking to talk at this point. So yeah, we're gonna get right into the fun part of the video right after this. So as I said before, I decided to not use the identical patches. So I'm just going through those patches and cutting all along wherever I want to be, how big, how small I want it to be, and just placing it on the front piece. And it's okay if you go over the stencil pattern that you have. You just will flip it over and cut all the excess that you have. So this part is the fun part, to show your creativity, to show your differences, and just be different, free range to do whatever you want, have whatever colors where you want, whatever fabric wherever you want. And yeah, so overall, this was a very fun and like easy project because there's not much error that you can make due to the fact that everything is different sizes, different shapes, different colors, and has a distressed look. The only thing that I would say is to make sure that you are pinning more precisely than I did, because once I moved things to the sewing machine, they started to fall apart. You can always just add more pieces of the denim if you have any gaps or anything. But yeah, just make sure that you're pinning very precisely to help you move the fabric along and just keep everything together. If not, it's not going to be that hard if things fall apart, but it just will be easier if you are pinning more precisely. So now I'm just going back in and cutting up all the excess fabric that I have. And honestly, I feel like just do whatever you want, put whatever you want together, and then cut it. Honestly, it's just up to you. If you want to do what you want, then cut after, or cut before and then start to sew. So now I'm just going to show you guys quickly how I'll be sewing this. There isn't any correct or incorrect thing. I'm just using a straight stitch all the way through. As I stated earlier, there may be gaps in your fabric, but there's a quick fix, baby. There's a quick fix. I just added some more denim in that little gap, and I'm just pinning it in place so I can sew it down. And I just love this so much because it's like you really can't mess up. You really can, because even if you are quote unquote messing up, you just add yourself a little bit of fabric and it looked like it was supposed to be like that anyway. So yeah, very easy and very cute. So you're gonna make one more front piece and 2 back pieces, and voila, there we go. We have all 4 pieces and we're gonna start sewing them together. So we're going to start with the 2 back pieces. You're gonna make the front sides kiss each other, and we're gonna pin down the middle and sew straight down, still using our straight stitch all the way through. And I find it very important and helpful to work with an iron near. I didn't have an iron this day, a small iron this day, so I went and bought one the next day, and you will see. So make sure you guys have an iron near. That's another thing that you guys can use. So yeah, I sewed the back together, and I'm just lining them up and cutting up all the excess fabric, and then we're gonna do the same exact thing for the front. Actually, no, we're not doing the same exact thing for the front. So you're gonna put your front piece on the back piece, have the front sides kissing each other, and we're gonna sew along the top edge of the front because it's a jacket. Of course, you know your front piece cannot be closed. P.H.A.J, what are you saying? What are you saying? So yeah, we're just gonna sew that. We're gonna do this on both sides of the front. See, like right here is key to having an iron, to just to iron down these seams to make everything lay flat and just make it look like you're doing something. That's what my grandmother says. When you have your iron, you iron it down, you make it flat and make it look like you're doing something. Anyway, so we're moving on to our sleeve, and we're going to do the same exact thing that we did with our front and back pieces. We're patching this fabric together however you would like it to be and pinning it together. And I really did a bad job pinning this together, as you guys would see, but we're just going to pin and then sew together again using our straight stitch all the way through. So in the end, you will have 4 sleeve pieces. They look a little crazy, like they're not a sleeve, but I basically just place my fabric in the in whatever way of the sleeve. Wait, I just place my fabric and then I cut after. So you're gonna see me doing that here, just pinning together. We have our front pieces kissing each other again, and then I'm just pinning along the edges and then using my pattern as a stencil again to refer to as I'm pinning it. And then we're just going to sew down these 2 sides and then flip it inside out, and you will have your sleeve. I didn't get to record myself doing this, but I highly recommend that you go back again after this stitch and stitch again along the same line. After I flipped it inside out and like put my arm in it to make sure it fit and everything, I noticed a little bit of gaps and like separation, and I feel like your sleeve is the most I don't know the word, but like it's gonna have a lot of movement going on. So I feel like just for extra security, you should go back and sew along the line again to just make sure it's very secure. And here is our sleeve. After this, you should iron. I don't think I did, but do that. So now we're going to the collar, and I'm putting these pieces down. I highly recommend using bigger pieces of fabric to make your collar. The collar was that was like the hardest part for me. My collar still in the end looks a little interesting, but anyway, just add a little bit bigger fabric like I did, you'll see here, and then I'm just gonna sew along the part of the collar stencil. So just pin there and then sew along that part, and do this twice and sew those together. Do 2 collar pieces, sew them together after doing this, and then you will sew it on your jacket. And I'm finally using the iron, which I should have been used, but yeah. So we're gonna start sewing down this the side part of the jacket. We're just gonna sew that down 1 2, 1 2 stitch. A little 1 2 stitch. Everybody 1 2 stitch. You love 1 2 stitch. Everybody sewing your jackets. It don't matter to me if I'm stitching wrong. Okay, so for the sleeve, I just did a lot. I did a lot, and you can't even see what I did, but I did too much, and it didn't have to be that hard. So I'm going to link a video in the description box to help you guys sewing a sleeve onto your jacket, and I more than likely will have more videos in the future showing you guys a little bit more in depth. But that's what I'm doing right now. I don't know what I was doing, why I didn't just look up a video, but I was doing a lot, and it did not need to be that much to put this sleeve on the jacket. But yeah, so that is our sleeve, both of our sleeves. And I'm sorry that this section is a bit zoomed in so you can't really see, but this is our jacket looking good, looking really good. And then we're gonna add our collar and sew this on and iron, make it look like you're doing something, quoted by my granny. And we are done. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed my pictures for my birthday. I really enjoyed making this jacket. It's so cute and very just different. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.